Thank you for watching the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. I'm Troy West and thank you once again for joining me for the Solid Sports video blog. Today's date is January 20th, 2020. I want to say thank you so much for being patient. Sorry that the episode got delayed this week. Got caught up stuck at work and couldn't record till this morning, so I apologize for that. The good thing is we got through the weekend of sports, so we can do more of a recap this week. More than a preview, as the Super Bowl is set. AFC and NFC championship games was decided yesterday. Chiefs pulling away from the Titans, and the 49ers makes it in the NFC, so that'll be a Super Bowl 54 matchup in a little less than 2 weeks now, February 2nd, Super Bowl 54. We're looking ahead to that. Baseball news, of course, the big scandal that's been going on the last few months. There's finally some repercussions. The Astros, the Red Sox, both lose to their managers. Even the Mets lost their manager. I'll get into that. And a little NBA news. Zion Willamson will finally make his debut this week for the New Orleans Pelicans, which should be interesting. They're a real interesting young team. And the Memphis Grizzlies, we'll talk a little about them, how they've been playing of late. And more NFL news. Antonio Brown, of course, he is, I guess you could say he's in a little bit of trouble again. We'll get into all that this week. Like I said, normally don't be on a Monday, but couldn't get on until now. But let's go ahead and get do the baseball news first. Of course, there's been speculation of pretty much all off season about the Astros and them stealing signs and them using technology to steal signs. Well, finally, I guess MLB has done their investigation with them, and they wind up. First, they suspended the manager AJ Hinch and the GM the Astros for a year each, and then the Astros decided to go ahead and let them go. I think an hour after that news came out. So the Astros are now looking for a manager. They also got, I think, fined $5 million. They lost 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for the next 2 years, I believe. So pretty stiff penalties for the team and for the manager, which they now had let go, AJ Hinch. But pretty much the 2 masterminds of the whole thing was Alex Cora, who became manager of the Boston Red Sox, and he won a World Series. They let him go, even though I think they still decided on how much time he would be suspended for, but they say he might get it worse because he was pretty much the ringleader. And then Carlos Beltran of the New York Mets manager, while he was about to manage the New York Mets, he would never get a chance to now if they let him go on just Friday, because he was behind it as well. Big to me, it's just basically baseball as normal. I ain't gonna say normal, but baseball as usual. Like, there's always some type of scandal, some type of cheating going on. But this, the Astros was basically had a monitor in the dugout, looking at, I guess, the catcher size of the opposing team. Then they also had like a trash can, and they would hit it to indicate to the hitter who was at the plate what's coming, fastball, curves, changeup, or whatever. I think they had the camera out in center field somewhere, and the whistleblower was a former player of the Astros. I should have read his name there, but now he plays for the Oakland A's. Some people say don't agree with him coming out with this, but it's just a big mess. Pretty much 3 teams was affected by it. Well, honestly, if I was the Mets, I probably would have kept Carlos Beltran. Since I hired him, I would have kept him. And if he did, I'd have just had him on 0 tolerance. If he did anything close to that, I would let him go. But I would have still gave him a shot. Alex Cora, I guess, Boston has been investigated more. The Red Sox, was they doing it? Now I've read articles that they wasn't doing it, like they don't have the trash can and stuff like that, but they still had some type of monitor or something. So, like I said, he wound up losing his job. But the crazy thing is, Houston won the World Series in 2017 when they was doing this. Then Alex Cora got hired to Boston next year, and they won the World Series. So I guess it's too coincidental that the sign stealing really benefited those two teams. So the last two champions for this year actually won, because of the scandal. Which makes it even more surprising that the Nationals won this year and won all 4 games in Houston. So but like I said, just baseball as usual. There's always some type of scandal. So now everybody says the Astros won the championship. The Astros is on everything, pretty much, especially since the 80s. It's been probably Astros on baseball, period. And it's kind of sad because I'm a baseball fan. I love baseball. I'm still going to continue to watch baseball. But yeah, it was really a sad day for the sport. As far as these 3 teams, Houston and Mets, they have guys they interviewed all season, so they say they might just go back to that list. Boston don't know. They had no idea what they're doing as manager-wise. And Houston, they interviewed some people. I think Buster Walker is the front runner there. I think that'd be a good fit for him. But just Buckle Showalter he was just the manager here in Baltimore for the Orioles. I think they let him go too soon. I think they should let him finish out the year. They fired him mid-season. But he's a good manager. He just for some reason, can't get over the hump like can't win a World Series. Or you had 2 good years out of him, then the team just flops, kind of like how the Orioles did under his watch. And everywhere he's been, he's made the team better, but then just could not get over the hump. So, but if they hire him, I wouldn't blame him. At least for a couple, for a year or 2 till they probably get who they really want. Because a lot of teams leaning toward analytics and stuff, and that's how Carlos Beltran pretty much got hired for the Mets. But the scandal overall, like I said, I think the penalties are fair. First, I was thinking, until they came out with all this information, I was one of the ones that was saying, no, this is too much. Like maybe a month or so, maybe like 30, 60 games for the manager, maybe the GM too, I guess. Until I heard the details of it, I was like, yeah, you gotta stop this, But other people said to other teams does it too, so this might not even be over yet. We'll see, baseball season right around the corner, really. Pretty much after this month, spring training starts. So baseball season will be right back very soon. But see what the Astros do. Let's see if they hire Showalter. See what the Boston Red Sox do for a manager. They got a nice little young team, so we'll see if they can keep it together there. And the Mets also got some talent there. I see what they would lean on as manager as well. But those 3 teams, all this week, all within a week's time, really in a couple of days of each other, all had to let their managers go because of the scandal. So hopefully they find, they get somebody that fits with the teams there. Those 3 teams that could be playoff teams next year or this season coming, so we'll see what happens with that. Another note I wanted to just talk about, because I'm a Braves fan, Josh Donaldson, of course, former AL MVP for the Blue Jays, gets a nice size contract, 4 years, $92 million with the Minnesota Twins. Now the Twins is a team did some good things in the offseason. I think Cleveland will still be around, but I think clearly the Minnesota Twins are the best team in the division. I think they go short this year. I think they win this division, and I think they could make a run. And probably challenge the Yankees. I think it's the Twins and now the Yankees now, probably the 2 top teams in the American League. I think Boston, you see, they took a step back last year, and I think Houston. I think this is going to hurt them. I think as far as just distraction-wise, I think the Astros will take a step back this year as well. So I see Minnesota and the Yankees being the 2 top teams. Maybe make it to the ALCS. I'll get my full prediction in a few months, but that's what I see now in the American League. Donaldson, I don't know. Since he left Toronto, moved around a little bit. So we'll see. I was hoping he would stay with the Braves for that veteran leadership, but I guess the Braves couldn't keep him. So, but this is a big pickup for the Minnesota Twins, and to me, that makes them a contender in the American League. Alright, let's go to basketball now. Not a lot going on. Of course, All-Star break coming up in a few weeks. But I want to talk about Zion Willamson. He's finally about to play. I think Wednesday he will play against the Utah Jazz. I think it's on television as well. So be good to see him debut for the New Orleans Pelicans. #1 pick overall, of course, in the draft with the Duke, of course. Been a little injured the last year or so, you know. So we'll see if he can stay on the court. But the New Orleans, though, Brandon Ingram has really stepped up for them over the last few weeks. Like I said, I knew they was going to be a fun team to watch, just with the roster itself. A lot of those, well, basically, the young Lakers got traded there for Anthony Davis, so Lonzo Ball, and of course Ingram. So let's see how Zion fits in. I think he's probably going to be on a little bit of a limit, probably the whole year, probably the rest of this year. He probably will. He probably play 20 to 30 minutes, I guess, at the max. Probably be on restriction, but we'll see how he fits in. He's a good basketball player. I just want to see him. So definitely check that out on Wednesday. I'm just afraid, you know, his body and stature. Hopefully his body don't break down sooner than expected. That's my only worry about him. But as far as like fitting into the game, finding his way, I think he can once he gets significant minutes. So that's something to look out for this week. I also want to talk about the Memphis Grizzlies. Sort of a surprise. John Morant, the rookie, speaking of rookies, starting to turn it on, starting to find his way in the NBA. Grizzlies are a nice young team. Pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, I can't name too many other people other than John Morant for the Grizzlies right now, which makes it more special. I think they had a 7-game win streak that just got snapped, I believe. But they right there in the West for a playoff spot. And I think they might hold it. Like I said, I talked about the Trailblazers, how they off to a slow start. But, you know, both conferences pretty much, like I said, still early. It's halfway through the season pretty much. Pretty much the Lakers got a little lead in the West, and the Bucks got a little lead in the East, but from like 2 to 8, especially at both conferences, it's pretty tight. So we'll see how all that turns out. The Grizzlies, though, creeping right up into that 8th spot in the West. Still a long season to go, but that's just a team to look out for. So I want to give them a little shout out, I guess. And John Morant playing very well right now for Memphis Grizzlies. You know, they added some veterans or maybe a piece. You know, maybe they could be a contender in a year or two in the Western Conference again. So we'll see. All right, let's talk about some football now. Of course, like I said, my plan was to record on Saturday. I was going to preview the AFC and NFC championship games, but pretty much the teams I predicted to win these 2 games in particular, because I was wrong about my Super Bowl prediction. Well, the Chiefs were just like last year. I had the Rams to begin the season last year, and they wound up making it, but I changed it during the playoffs. I changed it. I think I said about the Saints. I looked at the Saints, and the Saints pretty much almost did make it. And the same thing with the Chiefs. Once the Ravens emerged, and I'm a Ravens fan, so I admit it was a little bit probably home bias. But once they rose, I was like, well, the Ravens now will probably represent the AFC. But you know, they lost to the Titans upset in the divisional round. But the Chiefs was able to take care of the Titans yesterday, 35-24. Now, I didn't see pretty much none of this game, I admit that. But I was following it. Titans got off to a good start. Scored the first 10 points. Wound up leading 17-7. Then after that, the Chiefs just turned it on like they did last week against Houston when they was down 24-0 in that game. And came storming back pretty much and dominated the rest of the game. Pretty much just happened in this game as well. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes. Had that wonderful run for a touchdown as well. So the Chiefs makes it in the AFC. In the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers, which sort of came out of nowhere. I mean, I thought they would be maybe a contender for a wild card, you know, maybe a good 8-8, 9-17, but 13-3, and pretty much dominated both for their playoff games so far, and they dominate the Green Bay Packers yesterday, winning 37-20 to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Because like I said, I had the Saints coming out the NFC. Of course, they lost their first game in the playoffs to the Minnesota Vikings, and then they beat San Francisco beat the Vikings the next week. But Raheem Mostert, see how he ran the ball, 220 yards, 4 touchdowns, pretty much carried the Niners all game long. I think Jimmy Garoppolo probably only threw like 10 passes yesterday. He's going to get some criticism for it. I mean, he did last week when he didn't throw the ball around that much. But it's not his fault. I mean, that's the 49ers strength in the run game, so that's what they did. And Green Bay couldn't stop it to save their life, and they're home right now. Aaron Rodgers flashed a little bit yesterday, but pretty much was behind the 8 ball, and that front line bothered them a little bit. Bosa, Armstead on that San Francisco front line, getting to him. Had 2 turnovers as well yesterday. Rodgers did. And Green Bay, of course, they got to improve that defense, but definitely need some more playmakers for Rodgers. They get the ball to Aaron Jones. I think he's legit, the running back. I think they need to keep him, and maybe get somebody to help out Devontae Adams. Jimmy Graham needs to step up as well, even though he had a big catch yesterday to set up a touchdown. So, but it'll be the 49ers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl in less than 2 weeks. Super Bowl 54 in Miami. I'm not gonna give a prediction yet, but I ain't gonna lie. If I was leaning, I'd probably lean towards the Chiefs. The Chiefs is the early play. I'd probably lean towards the Chiefs because I think if the Niners get off to a good start, I think San Francisco. I think Kansas City can come back, but 49ers front line could probably bother Mahomes enough. So it's an interesting matchup for sure. It should be a good Super Bowl. But I'm gonna take my time and wait to predict this one. But both teams look pretty good, so I mean, you can't go off on one team looks better. The Chiefs' defense scares me. I think talking about Jay Brown, they might open up the offense a little bit more because they probably feel like they can score in Kansas City. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll see how it unfolds, but I'm excited for it. I love the Super Bowl. To me, it's like a holiday, the best holiday, even though it's not an official holiday, but it's like Christmas for me. Probably the best time of the year for me. Good matchup. I'm glad we got a good matchup. So we'll see how everything unfolds in Super Bowl 54 in a couple of weeks. But other NFL news, they get off the field. Antonio Brown again. Still more drama. I know you've probably seen the video. If you're a fan of his or just a fan of football, probably heard or seen the video by now. Supposed to be his mother of his child, pretty much berating her. Just said all type of crazy stuff, man. Like, it's just, I mean, I'm not laughing because it's not funny the way he was talking to her, but just some of the stuff he was doing in the video was just crazy, man. But, I mean, you can't say it don't hurt his chances to get back into the NFL. Some people say, well, this is him, he's still getting a shot. I'm starting to lean that I don't know. Once the league decides not to touch you, they don't touch you. I mean, we can go and have a whole lot of list of examples when that happens. When the league wind up not wanting to touch you, you won't get touched no matter how talented you are. His agent even let him go this week. Drew Rosenhaus, which is a famous agent in the NFL. So Antonio Brown got to get himself together, man. Like, you got to honestly just shut up and play football. Well, try to play football, I should say. But I think part of me thinks he really don't want to play at least in the NFL anymore. Just by some of the stuff he say and do. So a lot of people say, well, maybe he got mental problems, which is possible. I'm not gonna dismiss that necessarily. I just hope if it is, then he do get help. Like I said, I've suffered from mental illness myself sometimes. So, but I don't do the stuff that he does though. So, I just wish him the best. Like I said, I love him as a player for sure. One of the best receivers in the league still, even though he ain't played this year pretty much at all. But I just think this did hurt him to get back in the league. I just hope the league ain't give up on him yet, because if they did, he's not getting back in. Like, the league is stubborn. They're not gonna, it's not gonna happen. So hopefully the league ain't at the point yet. But it didn't help him. It just happened this week, and then he don't have an agent. So we'll see how that unfolds. It was just crazy to see. So we about to wrap this video up. Give you quick my final thoughts. Well, now it was about a week ago now. LSU did win the national championship over the Clemson Tigers. I think the final score was 45-28. I think that's what the final score. I know it was similar to that. Joe Barrow did what he do. Even though they got off to a slow start too. I watched probably about the first half of the game. It was sort of in and out in the second half. But LSU did get off to a slow start. But they turned it on and wound up winning the game. And of course the drama with that, even more they talk about this more than the game. Odell Beckham Jr. being there, giving out money. He assaulted a security guard police officer, slapped him on the butt or something. He really got charged for it. There's a warrant out for his arrest. I don't know if he turned himself in yet or not. But he probably just get fined or something for that. But you know, everybody have their take on the story. I just think you gotta stay out of trouble, man. You just gotta keep your nose clean. Even though this is probably really nothing. Like the money thing, a lot of people going back and forth about that. Well, you know, he sort of protested the NCAA, but you know it was going to cause some trouble. You know, you doing that on camera, giving out money to players. I think Joe Barrow kind of spilled the beans as well, even though he probably had to say it. He went on a podcast and said that yeah, it was real money. He going to the NFL, so you know it's not going to affect him. But the other players that's still there, you know, NCAA could be cruddy or petty and do something stupid to them. So just hope that don't happen. But yeah, Odell gotta chill out, bro. You know, yeah, I know he's frustrated at Cleveland. Wouldn't shock me if he get traded or something. If we out of Cleveland by then, you know, somehow. But we'll see how things go. I don't think the Cleveland hired a coach. Did they hire someone? I'm not sure. I have to check that. I know they was the last team without a coach. Everybody else hired a coach last week when I was on there. I don't know if they hired a coach or not. But anyway, just more drama. So hopefully he can stay out of trouble. Conor McGregor, congratulations to him. He won Saturday night. Made quick work of Cowboy Carone, 42nd TKO. So now McGregor looking. Oh, actually, look at that Floyd Mayweather again. They might be thinking about doing that again, or fighting Khalid, getting a rematch with him. So like this gonna be his next move. But I was happy for him. I sort of fair weather on McGregor. I like McGregor. I like him probably because of the way he talked, his vibrato. Even though in this situation he was kind of quiet for this fight, he didn't really talk a lot of trash. But I think he respected Cowboy too. I think that's part of the reason why he, go on his normal tirade drama with himself too. But I'm happy for him. I think this going to keep him, get him back into the fight game. Either way, if he fight Floyd again, this is a good thing for Conor to win. Even though I think most fans would probably want to see him fight Khalid again. But some people probably still want to see Mayweather and him go at it again. Probably because they want to, like I said, people want to see Mayweather lose, so anybody that fight Mayweather, people should want to watch. So, but I was happy for him. I'm glad he won. That was on pay-per-view this past Saturday. So that's it, pretty much with the blog. Like I said, I apologize for it being so late this week. Channel update. I did, like I said, I downloaded Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but I think because of copyright reasons, I can't post any of my videos right now. I had videos ready and edited and everything, but I can't post them. I think due to copyright reasons, so might be a scratch project, but I keep the videos and hopefully maybe they trying to wait for the game to be out for a while. I'm not sure what the reason is. And probably because I'm not a big time YouTuber. I see other YouTubers playing it online, playing it and posting it. I think they use different devices as well. Mine's come directly from my PlayStation 4 system, so it gets screened and all that stuff first, through them too. So. And through YouTube, all videos get screened and stuff through YouTube as well. But for some reason I can't post any, so I apologize for that. Hopefully, whenever I can post though, I will post, even if it's way down the line. I will try to post some videos up in there. But other than that, like I said, I still want to do the Outer Worlds. That'll be my next project that I'm gonna do. New project anyway. Still, you can still see me play Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Crash Team Racing, Nitro Food. They got a new a Grand Prix out right now. So now I want to finish the story mode with Ripperoo. So that'll be continue with Sonic Mania with Raider Squirrel. So they are my projects that I'm doing currently right now. So definitely come check it out on my channel. And I want to say thank you for your patience this week. My next vlog will be Friday, at least that's the plan. Friday will be my next vlog. Like I said, it will be Friday, so Saturday's rotating. But like I said, Saturday I caught working. Probably because of the weather, even though the weather wasn't that bad. But probably because of the weather, I had to work. So I couldn't record on Saturday like I normally would have. But Friday is the next time, so we'll look at the Pro Bowl for the NFL coming up this week. Talk some NBA. If anything else up that happened in baseball, we'll talk about that. Like I said, we'll start doing top 5 lists of baseball too, pitchers, best hitters, best whatever, and putting it on the channel as well. But that'll do it for episode 110 of the Solid Sports Video Blog. I just want to say thank you so much to all my supporters. Thank you to all my subscribers. And if you're new, definitely subscribe and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Or if you want to interact with me, you disagree with me with some of my sports takes, you know, we can debate or just have a conversation. I wouldn't mind that at all. Give me your thoughts, I give you mine. And I just want to thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. If you're on the East Coast, stay warm. In the Northeast, we freezing. It's 20 degrees here in Baltimore today, and I gotta go outside, and I'm not looking forward to that, but gotta do what I gotta do. And I appreciate y'all's support and coming here and joining me today. Thanks so much. I'll see you on Friday. Take care and have a good week. I'm Troy West saying thank you so much. You're watching the Solid Sports and Gaming channel right here on YouTube. Solid Sports Video Blog, episode 110. See you Friday.